As you probably noticed, I'm not doing first impression videos because first impressions can't really tell you how a certain perfume smells, how it performs, and that's why I'm doing only full in-depth reviews. But I know time is a luxury, and thus I wanted to make shorter reviews of the perfumes I already reviewed in depth. And there are 15 perfumes in this video. I won't be showing you perfume bottles because I don't have a lot of space around me and I don't want perfume bottles to break, but I will put links of all in-depth reviews in the description box, so check it out later after you finish watching this video. And welcome back. I'm Miri and let's get started. The first perfume is Dior Hypnotic Poison Eau de Parfum, and it's very different to Hypnotic Poison Eau de Toilette. It's darker, it's spicier, and with a prominent licorice note. So it opens with the scent of almond liqueur with spices, and after that it becomes warmer, smoother, and more powdery on my skin, similar to the Eau de Toilette because of almond vanilla combo in the mid, but still different enough because Eau de Parfum has some smokiness in the dry down, and the Play-Doh vibe you get in the Eau de Toilette isn't very strong or prominent in the Eau de Parfum. It's jazzy, rich, mature, and seductive scent, and to like it, you must like licorice note in perfumes. It has a vampy vibe and it lasts for a long time. I get about 8 hours of wear on my skin, but projection and sillage is a bit softer. Overall, for its scent profile and performance, it deserves 7.5 out of 10. The next perfume is Lancome's La Nuit Tresor, and the opening to me is a combination of dark rose and forest fruits and chocolate flavor from deep dark patchouli. As it dries down, the scent becomes more sweet with this like smoky, earthy quality from the papyrus note. To me, this is the scent of chocolate with rose and forest fruit, sweet liqueur inside. You know, those you can get in chocolate boxes. It's very gourmand, it's a alluring fragrance, definitely compliment getter and definitely very seductive. Longevity is about 6 hours on my skin and almost eternal on fabric. Sillage is strong. At first it fills a room, but even later you can still smell it on your skin. So it was one of the first more expensive perfumes I ever bought. It is still a strong like, although it was back then a love for me, and I would rate its scent profile and performance with 9 out of 10. Thierry Mugler Alien Goddess. Alien Goddess opens with this bright, juicy bergamot that is tamed and enveloped in the warmth, creaminess, and coziness of the coconut water. It's quite dazzling, sparkling, and beautiful, and after about 10 minutes in the dry down, that zesty, sparkling solar opening is overshadowed with floral notes and vanilla. The scent becomes sweeter with some woody hues and this like a metallic vibe that pops from time to time, but it's not very noticeable. So I would describe this scent like smelling a very sweet pina colada with bergamot instead of pineapple. Alien Goddess is a creamy jasmine vanilla coconut bomb. It has this beach party vibe to it, and longevity is about 6 hours on my skin. It projects for the first 2 hours and then it becomes more a skin scent. It doesn't smell mature, and it has this nice, likable summer beach perfume scent profile. It is a like, not a love, and I would rate it with 7 out of 10. Ormond Jean Indus. It's named after the Indus Valley that lies between northeastern India, Pakistan, and Afghanistan, where the finest Persian roses are cultivated and harvested in spring. So this is a rose perfume, but it's anything but a typical rose fragrance. The opening is quite fruity, sweet, fresh, and spicy because of the mix of tart fruits with nutmeg. So it smells like black currants are sprinkled with spices and drizzled with a citrusy juice. After a few minutes, plum becomes more noticeable with rose, and it creates a scent of citrusy rose petals in the plum jam. And then it gets enhanced with musky, incensey, and patchouli nuances in the dry down Arabian, which add another layer of complexity to this fragrance. Indus has moderate longevity, so it lasts about 6 hours on my skin, which is pretty good, but projection isn't very strong. It's moderate, so overall Indus, because of the performance, it gets 6.5 out of 10. The next one is Givenchy Rouge Ultime, but the name is kind of misleading because from the name you would expect that this will be the ultimate, richer, deeper, darker version of the original Rouge, but it's not, because the original Hypnotic Rouge is darker, sexier and vampire perfume, while Ultime is more wearable and likable. The opening of Rouge Ultime has a very bubblegummy tubers you also get in L'Interdit Eau de Parfum, with some darker red fruit aroma, so it smells like cherry lemon flavored bubblegum topped with some cinnamon. And as it dries down, it becomes more and more similar to L'Interdit Rouge, but with added cacao powderiness and very strong patchouli. On my skin, this becomes the scent of flowers covered in cacao and cinnamon powder with patchouli. It lasts between 5 and 8 hours on my skin, so yes, this is a good scent, and I would rate its scent profile and performance with 7.5 out of 10. Lancome La Vie Est Belle Intensement. It starts with a burst of bergamot which fades rather quickly, but the combination of raspberry and pink pepper lasts a lot longer. So Intensement is quite sharp and zesty in the opening, but it develops into the most beautiful, fluffy, powdery, sweet mix of like sparkling raspberry, vanilla and floral notes. Imagine the scent of a basket full of raspberries next to vanilla ice cream melting in the sun. This is how Intensement smells to me, and the name, yes, I guess it is a bit confusing because this isn't the more intense version of the original, but Intensement is rather a very different scent with weaker performance. It lasts about 5 to 6 hours on my skin with moderate projection, so it's not a bad performing fragrance, and it just smells, you know, it smells pink, fluffy, sweet and playful. I really like this scent, and I would rate its scent profile and performance with 8.5 out of 10. Prada Paradoxe Intense. This intense flanker smells very similar to the original Paradoxe Eau de Parfum in the opening, because in both perfumes you get this like Fanta bubbliness. I don't know, the opening just reminds me of Fanta bubbles and this orangey vibe you get, but that playful, cheerful character of the original in the opening is deepened with the amber in the background, but biggest differences start to be noticeable in the dry down of Paradoxe Intense, because moss accord definitely makes Intense into a more sensual, grown-up type of perfume, and it mixes so well with jasmine in the mid and amber in the base, creating a feeling of smelling forest flowers while walking barefoot on the moss in the forest and enjoying Fanta flavored caramels. So Intense is a sweet, mossy, musky and powdery floral scent that lasts more than 10 hours on my skin, but sometimes I go nose blind to it, although I get like whiffs of the scent from time to time on my skin. So Paradoxe Intense is better for colder months, and I really like that it has more character than the original Paradoxe Eau de Parfum, so I would rate its scent profile and performance with 9.5 out of 10. BDK Pas Ce Soir Eau de Parfum. This perfume has a very evocative, flirting name, which means not tonight, and it's very hyped up in the fragrance community. It starts with the quince note, which is a fruit, something between apple and pear, and it gives an overripe fruitiness and this honey-like sweetness to the opening of this perfume. It smells like quince marmalade with a touch of spices, and then Pas Ce Soir Eau de Parfum becomes more floral in the heart with woody notes and patchouli emerging in the base. Pas Ce Soir smells like flowers blooming on a warm, sunny autumn day in a window box, while the scent of making quince chutney spreads in the air from the opened windows. It sadly doesn't have the best performance on my skin. It lasts about 5 hours, so I would rate its scent profile and performance with 7.5 out of 10. The next perfume is Gucci Flora Gorgeous Magnolia, and I love the whole vintage artwork aesthetic used in Gucci Flora's bottles, and I love the opening of Gorgeous Magnolia as well. It's powdery, creamy, sweet, fruity, and sparkling. And what I particularly like is that coconut here doesn't have a typical scent and lotion vibe. The opening smells like those beaded necklaces made out of sugar fruity candies, and then it dries down to a jasmine prominent, creamy, soapy scent with some herbal muskiness from the sage, and it finishes with a musky base deepened with like woody patchouli nuances. So you don't get a very prominent patchouli, but the scent smells very clean, sweet and musky, like you've just showered. Don't expect Magnolia to be very prominent in this perfume. Don't expect Gorgeous Magnolia to be a tropical perfume just because it has coconut. It doesn't have this scent and lotion vibe. And unfortunately, you can't really expect a great performance either. I got about 3 to 4 hours only of longevity on my skin, and it's quite soft, so I'm not very impressed with this scent, although I do love the opening. So I would rate the scent profile and performance of Flora Gorgeous Magnolia with 5.5 out of 10. Laboratorio Olfativo Vanagloria. This perfume became very popular because of its similarities to extremely loved Yves Saint Laurent's Baby Cat. And if you want to see my in-depth comparison of both perfumes, I will put that link in the description box, so check it out later. Italian word Vanagloria can be described as an earthly pursuit of glory, and it's reminiscent of efforts medieval knights put to prove their bravery and skills in many battles. Saffron and pineapple in the opening of Vanagloria create this like metallic feel reminiscent of, you know, medieval knight armor, but leathery smoky vanilla is what you get mostly in the opening, and this truly feels like a niche and a bit challenging perfume in the opening, but as the scent develops, it becomes more and more likable, and it smells like you're eating donuts with burnt caramel in a smoky room. Vanagloria lasts about 7 hours on my skin. I really enjoyed this perfume, and for its scent profile and performance and its uniqueness, it deserves 8.5 out of 10. Yves Saint Laurent Libre EDT. This has a very fresh, sparkling, citrusy opening, but that opening lasts only about like 2 minutes, and then what you get is jasmine with bitter lavender hues, so the scent smells like you're drinking jasmine tea next to flower pots with lavender on the window. It's quite feminine, it's relaxing fragrance, it smells very clean and elegant, and then in the dry down it becomes muskier and sweeter because of the vanilla. So I do think that Libre EDT is a more crowd-pleasing and more likable version compared to the Libre Eau de Parfum, because lavender is toned down and the scent has this like understated elegance and just a luxurious feel. Libre Eau de Toilette lasts about 5 hours on my skin, and it projects only for the first 2 hours and then it sits closer to the skin. So I would rate its scent profile and performance with 6.5 out of 10. Afnan Edict Amberythme, and this Arabian perfume is supposedly a dupe for Kilian's Angel's Share, and I made an in-depth comparison video between these two fragrances. I've put the link in the description box so you can check it out after you finish watching this video. And Amberythme starts with a sweet cinnamon and ambery woody nuances, and somehow that combination in the air smells like a burnt pie crust, but like in the good way. It smells delicious, and amber is present throughout the whole wear of this fragrance, together with vanilla, jasmine and woody notes, so it smells like iced gingerbread cookies served on the woody plate. The scent is very good. I love how nuanced, polished and sophisticated it smells, and also it lasts 8 hours on my skin, so it has great performance, and I would rate its scent profile and performance with 9 out of 10. Dolce&Gabbana Devotion. Olivia Casp was inspired by a delicious, famous Italian dessert called panettone when creating this fragrance, and although this perfume does smell dessert-like, it never truly smells like a scent of panettone, but it reminds me of another Italian dessert, and I will tell you in a minute which one. So the opening of this perfume is pungent. Yes, it's very strong, but it's my favorite part of this scent. It truly smells like candied lemon peels, and then after 15 to 20 minutes it develops into a vanilla prominent scent with honeyed orange blossom and some light booziness. As it dries down, it becomes sweeter, softer, more powdery, like you've eaten panna cotta with candied lemon, and all that's left are some traces of powdered sugar. It's a beautiful designer gourmand fragrance that makes you feel optimistic, and it truly gets compliments. So it lasts about 6 hours on my skin. It lasts a lot longer on clothes, and I would rate its scent profile and performance with 7.5 out of 10. The next perfume is Giuseppe Parfums Accident à la Vanille, and on the Giuseppe Parfums website the name is translated as Vanilla Crash, like how cool that is. But the scent is quite linear. It is a thick gourmand vanilla type of fragrance, and it feels very dessert-like and buttery. Also, I get some like roasted nutty vibe in this perfume, although hazelnuts aren't listed as the notes. It smells like a warm butterscotch pound cake with melted toffee in which by accident someone put roasted hazelnuts. Longevity is about like 4 or 5 hours, but projection and sillage isn't very strong. It's like moderate. It sits a bit closer to the skin, and it's for those who love a very thick, heavy, gourmand vanilla type of perfume. So for its scent profile and performance, Accident à la Vanille gets 6.5 out of 10. And the last perfume is Lush Turmeric Latte, but the name doesn't describe how this smells because I don't get any turmeric in this perfume, but I can perceive something spicy, like maybe some clove or cinnamon or tobacco is used in this perfume. The opening smells like marshmallow burnt in tobacco smoky campfire, and I really enjoyed the scent, but I'm not sure will everyone appreciate its darker smoky spiciness, although I love it. And in the dry down, this smells like a sweeter gingerbread, spicier and more feminine version of Tom Ford's Tobacco Vanille, or even less smoky and sweeter version of Replica by the Fireplace. They aren't dupes, of course, but they have a similar smoky, sweet scent profile. I'm so impressed by Lush Turmeric Latte, and the only negative point is the fact that it's not available for purchase all year long, but only for holidays, and it lasts about 7-8 hours on my skin. So of course I'm recommending it, and I would rate its scent profile and performance with 8.5 out of 10. There it is, 15 perfumes, but which ones are truly great in terms of both scent profile and performance? Here's my ranking based on how they perform on my skin and how they smell to me. Of course, they might perform different on you, different notes might be more prominent on your skin chemistry, but here's my ranking. On the 7th place with 5.5 out of 10 is Gucci's Flora Gorgeous Magnolia, mainly because the scent doesn't last. Then on 6th place with 6.5 out of 10 we have 3 perfumes, and those are Ormond Jane Indus, Yves Saint Laurent Libre Eau de Toilette, and Giuseppe Parfums Accident à la Vanille. On the 5th place with 7 out of 10 is Magnolia Alien Goddess, while on the 4th place with 7.5 out of 10 we have several perfumes. One of them is Dior's Hypnotic Poison Eau de Parfum, the second one is Givenchy's Rouge Ultime, then there's Dolce&Gabbana Devotion, and finally BDK's Ce Soir Eau de Parfum. On 3rd place with 8.5 out of 10 we have 3 perfumes. One is Lancome's Vie Est Belle Intensement, the second one is Laboratorio Olfattivo Vanagloria, and the third one is Lush Turmeric Latte. And then on the second place with 9 out of 10 are two perfumes, Lancome's La Nuit Tresor Eau de Parfum and Afnan Edict Amberythme. And that means that the first place with 9.5 out of 10 goes to Prada Paradoxe Intense. But if I consider just the scent profile, you know, just which perfumes smell the best to me, then my top 5 would be Prada Paradoxe Intense, Lancome La Nuit Tresor Eau de Parfum, Laboratorio Olfativo Vanagloria, Lush Turmeric Latte, and Dolce&Gabbana Devotion. I absolutely love these 5 perfumes. But let me know how these perfumes smell to you, which one of these 15 perfumes you own, which one is your favorite, and let me know in the comments what is your experience with them. Of course, if you liked this video, if you found it enjoyable and helpful, then boop the like button and subscribe and hit the notification bell for more content coming up. And if you still haven't checked out the latest episode of this Unfiltered video series, then check out this video next. I will see you there. Bye!